So while we are waiting for more people to join us, I'd like to hear from you. You remember where the chat box is at the bottom of your screen? You hover over it, you see a little icon that says chat. Let us know in the chat box any shifts you may have noticed as a result of day one, yesterday when we did Galactic Chiropractic and the lymph system reboot. Or if you have any more questions concerning what went on yesterday. So anyone want to share while we're waiting for others to come in? What did you notice? Any shifts? Or if you still have questions? Do our animals in the room with us get the healing? Animals love this. You may find that they're hovering around, jumping on your lap, wanting to be part of it all for sure. Yep, they love it. No shifts, okay. Natasha, I feel better, legs and head straight, slight weight loss with this lymph system. Good. How about cranial sacral fluid today? Can I include a little dog, of course, whose allergic reactions to eating chicken? Thank you for yesterday. I feel inner strength and that wasn't there before. My stride is wider. Good. Ankles have more space. Thumb pads, no pain. Good. Great. You feel great. Lighter feeling, moving energy. Dreams have more energy. My spine feels so much better. I've had a bit of lightheadedness. Okay, remember to ground yourself then. Clear mind. I understand my past better. I felt so much better after we were done. I haven't seen the lymphedema go down, but something inside of me feels like it can and will. Been releasing. Good. My two cats were extremely playful as soon as the class finished. I think one leg that the chiropractor said was shorter is fixed because it was the hips. Good. I noticed during session tightness in the neck releasing. Good. Feeling fabulous in Vista. My hip is finally back where it belongs. How many days before the knee repair? Every body is different, like we said. So continue to watch for improvements, and you will have the recording either late tonight or tomorrow. Watch your inbox for that. You can always listen to it again. And remember, it's your intention, your belief, your own use of your own God self guiding the light, guiding the frequencies through your body. Spine is better. You feel elongated. You're welcome. To use what we did, we need to call in the white light and gold light and direct them to where we want. So you have a higher self consistently above your head that is not separate from you. It is actually the you that you separated off from when you came down as a soul into this body. So the white light streaming down from you is coming from you. I know that's hard for the brain to grasp, but this is the multiplicity and the complexity of our soul. So your higher self is you. So you don't have to call it, but you can just envision it, use your imagination, feeling it coming down, dripping down it, however you want to envision that. Open the crown of your head, watch it come on down with your imagination, and you direct it where you want it to be, like we talked about yesterday. You're the commander of the biology of your body. Your cells in your body were pre-programmed to do their specific functions, right? Your blood cells, your lymph cells, your tissue, your muscles, your eye cells, everything already had its own programming. Sometimes, because of things that occur in our current life, because of trauma, physical trauma, emotional stuckness, past lives, ancestral lives, which we're going to talk about today, can all have an effect on those cells. It's called epigenetics. Okay, you may have heard that term from Bruce Lipton and many others. So all we need to do then is to redirect those cells back into their wholeness, back into their original blueprint of the programming that they were meant to perform to begin with. So you're just the one telling the cells, let's get back with the program. And using the white light to direct that down to any area, any illness, any pain. Does that make sense? You're the commander. And this is one thing that we have to get used to as beings of light, remembering our origin, remembering the truth of who we are, to get used to being the sovereign one who's in control of this and in control of our world, our abundance. Okay. Pain in the neck and shakiness, hoping for more improvement. Still am stiff, not sure it will continue to heal. Yep. I was wondering if my mom can listen to these recordings, but she doesn't speak English. You can translate everything, or she can just allow the frequency of it all to be absorbed. So someone who doesn't even understand English, they'll definitely receive the benefit. And I will gain my sixth. Okay. Why did our body lose the blueprint? Okay, so like I referred to a little bit, is that our bodies are our consciousness in physical form, right? Our emotions get embedded in the body. Think about this. Here's a really good example. When you feel stressed or under duress, being fearful, what happens to your gut? You get a knot in your stomach, you feel nauseous. Okay, those are the emotions in your body. Okay. So if we don't tend to them, if we don't give them love and support, letting them know that we're here for them. Okay, we're going to go into the AAL technique in a minute. Some of you already know the AAL technique. It's one of the most fabulous techniques to use to release the emotions from the body. But if we don't tend to our emotions, they're going to find a way to craftily bury themselves within a liver, within the blood, within high blood pressure, within um, just about any organ or gland in the body. And what happens is the cells, when the body is tight, the emotions are tightened. There's no ease in the body for it to breathe and do its job, right? So when we're tight, we already know that our heart beats faster or we can't think straight. This is because we've tightened up. Okay. So over a long period of time, those cells go awry, cause illness and disease in the body. Okay. But don't take all of this way too personally because a lot of it is from our past lives and a lot of it is inherited ancestral information. And as you may have seen in the email that I sent out an hour ago, we're going to do an ancestral clearing today to help release anything that is not yours to deal with right now. We're going to talk about the AAL technique, and we're going to be using that in the ancestral clearing today. But just so you're aware, there is a process that you can release these stuck emotions or what you might consider quote unquote blocks. All you need to do is give it love. Okay. So the AAL technique was given to me by the guides years ago. And what does it stand for? Acknowledgement, acceptance, and love. AAL. I talked a little bit about this on the You Wealth Revolution show, so some of you probably already heard this, but it bears repeating. Because why? The guide said, what is it that you as a human need and want? What does everybody really want in life? To be acknowledged, to be accepted for who they are, and to be loved. And they said, in the same way, that's what your body wants. That's what all of these cells want as well, to put them into ease so that they can release. And then when the body releases, it's going to do nothing but heal. What does that look like? You have heartache. So let's just say, use this as an example. You put your hand on your heart and maybe even a hand on the amygdala, which is that fight, flight, freeze part of the brain. That's the part of our brain that keeps us in that response from the past, from something present. Okay. You say, oh, I see what's going on. I feel it. I feel your pain. But we just want to assure you that you're safe. It's all okay. And what happened then isn't happening now. And I've got this. I'm right here with you. And if I haven't been here before for you, I'm sorry, but I'm here now and I'm not going anywhere. We're in this together. And there's safety here. And at the same time, pull down some of that white light from your higher self and direct it through your body. That's magic. These are the tools you were given at birth. We just didn't know it many years ago. I don't know, 40, 50, 60 years ago. We weren't taught this, but we're being taught this now for our benefit to heal. Okay? So anything else that you want to say to your body, and you can put your other, one on the amygdala and one on any other part of the body that is in pain or distress. If you can reach it, if it's in your back, put your hand on the front of yourself if you can't reach the back. Okay. And again, the most important thing that the body loves to hear is what happened then isn't happening now. That brings us right into the present moment because the subconscious mind, where these emotions get buried, doesn't know the difference between truth and untruth. It doesn't know the difference between past, present, or future. It's only in the now. So the subconscious mind residing in the body, you're bringing it back to the now moment, and you do it as often as you need to. The body loves to hear what happened then isn't happening now. And in this moment, you're safe. You're safe. And don't forget to breathe. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Natasha, I'm also using the angelic light net. Good, good, good. I fell asleep for part of the beginning yesterday. Still need help with the jaw clicking and pain in my left foot. Okay. How to stop occasional visual migraines which occur with a very bright light. Direct the white light. We'll see also what they want to cover today. My horse Max is unwell, not eating. Yesterday he ate most of his food. Good, good. It's a bit the same if a child, is it a bit the same if a child has pain? You ask where his pain and put his hand, sure, put your hand on them for them. So I hope that that was very helpful for all of you. Lots of really good tools that you can arm yourself with to promote your own health and to stay healthy. Okay. So again, a little bit of housekeeping. Uh, Make sure that throughout this whole thing, you do not unmute yourself, especially during the healing portion. Drink plenty of water. Keep your body hydrated. Okay, because why? That helps move the energy through the body. You may also be led to, and this is very, very beneficial after a healing session, is to use Epsom salt. Take a hot Epsom salt bath. If you don't have a bathtub, find a bucket, put Epsom salts and warm water in a bucket and soak your feet. Toxins are drawn down through the soles of your feet. So that's a one really wonderful way to support yourself after this and anytime. And as you know, this is being recorded, and the recordings from both days will be sent out tonight or tomorrow, depending on when the editing gets done. And if you stay, and today will be about 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how much the guides have information for you. But stay till the end because I've got a really special offer for you, something that I know you're going to love at the very end. So today we're going to be performing an endocrine system reboot. And the bonus that they brought in today was ancestral healing. So yesterday morning, I knew that they were going to be doing the lymph drainage, and I thought that was going to be for today, but they actually snuck it in there yesterday. So this morning, they gave me another bonus, which will be the ancestral healing. So we're going to go through the endocrine system reboot first. And what is it? What is endo? You hear of endo doctors. Who are they? Well, the endocrine system within your body is an organization of glands that produce the hormones that keep your body running in the state of homeostasis. The pineal gland in the brain, along with the pituitary gland and hypothalamus. Okay. The pituitary gland is the motherboard of this entire system, so we're going to be making adjustments starting up there. Then we have the thyroid, your pancreas, your adrenal glands, and your reproductive system. These vital organs produce over 50 different hormones that control everything from your metabolism to your blood pressure to blood sugar to body temperature. They help to regulate our growth and development, reproduction, our sleep cycles, and even our moods. Okay. So, what is ancestral clearing? What is that? What will that be like? Well, it will offer a powerful emotional, physical, and spiritual clearing of inherited patterns. Not only our traumas, but our ancestors' traumas and unresolved energies that are passed down through our DNA. But before we do that, one thing that I want to make clear is that if we believe that we have been here before in reincarnation, and if we believe that we come back to the same soul family again and again, would that not also make you one of your own ancestors? So when we do the ancestral clearing, it'll also include you from all those previous lifetimes that you may have moved in and out of your ancestral lineage. Because the soul is very complex, and we're not here to explain all of that, but just know that all of this will start shifting your future. Because when we release what doesn't belong to us, we'll stop passing it forward. So we'll not only heal ourselves, but the past generations and generations to come. What kind of shifts might you expect from an ancestral clearing? Well, you'll feel more emotionally liberated because you'll break those cycles of suffering. It releases inherited emotional burdens like guilt, shame, grief, and unworthiness. It lifts the weight of the subconscious mind because many people feel lighter, like after yesterday. Many of you felt lighter and more free. It will also reduce our inclination to be reactive, emotionally reactive. So you'll be able to start responding rather than reacting from that place of authenticity and integrity. It'll help erase some chronic issues. Some unprocessed chronic trauma can manifest as that pain, fatigue, autoimmune. You might say, oh, well, yeah, I have thyroid disease, but oh, my mom had that and my aunt had that. That's ancestral. Okay. So, with our intention again today, we're going to be able to release some of that and bring you into a state of peace. So how this all occurs by releasing that stored cellular memory because that traumatic energy is stored in the body, like we said before, often in the organs and the nervous system, and they can begin to dissolve. This will also strengthen your immune system and your nervous system. You can finally learn the body, we can instruct the body now to start relaxing and being restored to balance. You'll have more mental clarity and empowerment because this will end limiting beliefs. It'll clear that subconscious of, I'm not good enough, or love isn't safe, right? You're going to be able to enhance your intuition. Why? Because clearing energetic noise from our lineage leads to stronger spiritual connection and guidance and that inner knowing because you're going to feel, again, more like yourself. You'll have better spiritual alignment. What do I mean by that? Well, this will help clear karmic imprints, the karmic loops that keep repeating over generations. We'll release that. Oh, what do I mean by that too? There's a good example is like old religious beliefs. I see a lot of that in my clients and even in myself, where there's a trail, a thread of emotional and spiritual beliefs about obeying a God in heaven with a gavel. And if we're not perfect, we'll go to, all of that. Also, a lot of that can be released to restore our sovereignty and bring peace to yourself and your lineage. Okay. So with that, why don't we take a deep breath and just start? This will be and we'll start with the endocrine system. Do you have to pinpoint all of your beliefs? Nope. The beauty of this work, any energy work, is that we often say, like you heard me say yesterday, anything known or unknown to us. Okay, so you don't have to work on digging any of that up. This is grace. So open yourself up to grace because it's real and it's you. It's your birthright. Oh, why are some other siblings not affected? So I said we were going to start the meditation, but I saw these questions and these are worth addressing. Some of our other siblings are not affected. I have 6 siblings and they don't have the same path as I do, of course. But they've chosen their own. And so consider this. My take on it is that me as an empath, as an awakened one, we're the new way showers, right? We're the ones who are showing others what it means to be awake and sovereign. And I don't know about your siblings, but my siblings aren't on the same, let's just say, path. They're very different from me. I think some of you know what I mean. Can't even really talk to them about what we do because you're the weird one, but actually they're the weird ones. You know, we're all weird, but so we've got our own weird paths to follow. And so we just let them be. And here's a really good thought. A couple of years ago, I asked my guidance system, how come my sister, I'll call her Susan, it's not her name. How come my sister Susan isn't going through everything I'm going through? Somehow this just doesn't seem fair. And they stopped me and they said, you want her life or you want yours? Tell us. And I said, oh, never mind. I'm fine. I want to do what I'm doing. I want to be in service. I want to expand and I want to love greater, right? Because those around us are living what we call normal, quote unquote, normal lives. You know, I'd rather be awake, wouldn't you? Yeah. Good explanation. Yeah. We're always clearing ourselves. We also clear them. Yeah. Why not? All right. Now we're really going to begin. Okay. Y'all are muted. You're all relaxed, feeling good, feeling so supported. Remember all that support that came through yesterday. Remember the soles of your feet, how they uplifted the arches of your feet, symbolic of all the support that you were receiving. The light that came down through the body, the ooey gooey golden light that ran through every cell of your body, how you expanded your energy field and opened your crown. Do that again. Take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. This is a safe place. And this is all for you. This is all about you. Where else can you get that? This is all about you. As you take that deep breath, imagine again the energy of the core, your central core. It might feel rather tight and small right now. As you breathe, watch it expand as wide as your shoulders. And watch it expand even more outside your body. 3 to 4 feet. It's safe. It's just you here. It's safe. You, your higher self. The beautiful guidance system of everyone here, all the angelics, beings of light, helpers, and breathe deep again and expand that energy body out as far as feels comfortable. It feels so good. And now going up to the crown, open up that funnel again from the top of your head. I see it as a beautiful glistening golden funnel, ready and able to receive all the grace, all the blessings, all of the correction that you asked for here today. So set your intention now that you want to receive. You can be very specific or it can just be in general. But know that you are extremely lovingly cherished and supported right here and right now. and eternally. So we'll start with going up into the brain. And we see the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus, which are the motherboard of the entire endocrine system that feeds information down into the body to release the proper amount of hormones. But at the same time, right next to it, next to the pituitary gland, is the pineal gland. We worked a lot on that yesterday in opening you up to greater connection, to awaken that ability within yourself to channel. But on a physical level, the pineal gland administers hormones into the body such as melatonin for sleep, serotonin for happiness, joy, and ease in the body. So that's where we're going to start, up in the brain. And as I see the pituitary gland, they show it to me as a circuit board. And so this is, okay, so I'm doing it collectively, but as I'm starting to adjust everyone's circuitry, the way that the pituitary gland communicates with the rest of the body, each one of you has a helper that's adjusting yours to the perfection of your own body. So this is your higher self actually doing this for you, as you, through you. So you just relax. And I'll let those adjustments be made. Tweaking some, turning some up, turning some down, bringing regulation to its communication with the rest of the glands in this system. Right, then we follow that thread of communication from the pituitary gland over to the pineal gland. So if any of you have been feeling like your sleep is interrupted, or you can't fall asleep, or you wake up continuously through the night, or you can't sleep at all, we're adjusting the amount of melatonin that's produced into the body. And here's an instruction for you. You don't have to write this down now because this is being recorded, and you can grab it later. Before going into bed every night, you instruct your body, because this is miraculous. I've tried it myself and it works miraculously. Instruct the body. We're going to fall asleep easily and effortlessly. We're going to sleep peacefully through the night, and we're going to wake up refreshed in the morning. And you say that every night, even multiple times before you fall asleep, instructing the body to comfort so that it gives you all the sleep that your body requires. Beautiful. Then we're looking at the amount of serotonin that is being produced, and we're making an adjustment there because some of you, your serotonin has been depleted by the stress in your life, okay? So we're going to be working on the adrenal glands later that will help regulate your stress, okay? But we are upping the uptake of serotonin in the body because that's such a feel-good hormone. You may feel a rush of that actually right now running into your body. Just such a peace and a calm, centeredness. Coming back to the pituitary gland, making a few more adjustments in your circuitry as we run down, following that thread of communication from the pituitary gland, landing in the first gland of the endocrine system, which is the thyroid. Some of you have had or currently have hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Much of this, to your surprise, it has been ancestral, and we'll cover that later. Why? What affects the thyroid, which is buried in the throat, has been affected by the lack of self-expression, as you can imagine, having been oppressed, especially in the feminine, having been oppressed. This will be unlocked later in the ancestral clearing. Good, good, good. It's already started. We're going to start spiraling out some of that. What else? All right. Some have a nodule on their thyroid. That Saint Germain is actually coming and with a syringe, and he's going to remove the frequency of that, and it will just disintegrate. What else? Stiff neck, we covered that yesterday. So if anyone is still feeling very stiff in their neck, tight, AAL technique, it's all okay. You're safe here. Go ahead. It's safe to express myself as myself. That's something wonderful to add to the AAL technique for the throat and for the solar plexus. It's safe to express myself as myself, no matter what that looks like for me, in complete love for self and others. There we go. So this thyroid gland, and if there's anything else known or unknown to us or bias that is awry within the voice box, within the thyroid gland, we're bringing correction and balance to that now in the form of an infinity sign that we're doing horizontally over the left side, over the right side, bringing correction and balance again to anything known or unknown to us or bias. Good, good, good. And then the metaphor that they showed me for adjusting the amount of hormones that are being produced by the thyroid gland is a little knob in the very center, because we know the thyroid looks like a butterfly, has wings on a wing on the left, a wing on the right. Right in the very center, there's a knob that I'm going to adjust like a radio dial for each one of you to bring into, so we're tuning into the right frequency, much like a radio, tuning into the right frequency of the communication that the pituitary gland is sending to the thyroid gland to remain in a state of homeostasis. This thyroid is one of the most vital glands in the entire body because it regulates so much, including heart rate, metabolism, okay, and a whole list of things. Anything else we need to know, see, or do with the thyroid? Yep, unable to speak up for self. That's ancestral. We'll come back to that. What else? Anything else in the thyroid? Yep, there's a parathyroid parts to this gland as well. We're just lifting the stuck energy up and out. Some of you feel like there's a lot of swelling there, some inflammation. We're lifting that up and out now. Okay, just lifting and releasing. Good, good, good. Bringing peace and also vitality to this gland. And then now moving down to the pancreas. Some of you, known or unknown to you, are pre-diabetic. Some of you actually have type 2, type 1. A lot of this, much of this is controlled by the release of hormones from the pancreas. So right now we're going to run an angelic light net through this pancreas to clear, clear, clear anything known or unknown to us or by us that's been a disturbance to the production of the proper hormones and the balance of the hormones in the pancreas. So the angelic light net is a very small net, looks much like a dream catcher, but it's filled with diamond-like crystalline particles, and we're going to run it through the pancreas, going from right to left. As it starts spinning, it's actually disintegrating anything, again, known or unknown to us that has been a disturbance. Going back up to the pituitary gland here for a second and adjusting that piece and part of the communication that comes down into the pancreas. Again, running right to left. Then we're going to flip that netting around and run it left to right through the pancreas. Imagine all of the cells within the tissue of this pancreas being restored to health. A disintegration of the unhealthy cells, those that have lost their original programming and blueprint, allowing that netting to just run through. There we go, all the way back out to the right. And then we're going to run 2 more times. This one from the bottom up, coming up through the bottom of the pancreas, all the way through, and then flipping around and coming right back down, top to bottom, picking up any residuals to the proper functioning, anything that constricts our pancreas from proper functioning. Good. And now we instruct it to produce just the right amount of hormone that's needed for keeping the body in the state of homeostasis. Beautiful. Anything else? Yeah, someone has been worried that they might have pancreatic cancer because their ancestors did, or you may have just been diagnosed with that. That'll be covered in the ancestral clearing. Not to worry. Instruct your body to stay in a state of homeostasis with your original blueprint that came, not the epigenetics. We're talking about the original being of light blueprint to come down into a body that is completely healthy, whole, functioning beautifully. Now coming down to the adrenal glands, those are the 2 little glands that sit on top of each of your kidneys. When we see a very healthy, happy adrenal gland, it looks like a nice plump grape. When they have been spent, overworked with too much stress, they look like little shrunk raisins. Some of yours are shrunk raisins. Some of yours are halfway in between nice and plump. There's only very few of you whose adrenal glands are sitting stress-free right now. So what do? They're coming with some little, like little tornadoes. We call them vortices, and we're spiraling out of each of your adrenal glands, spiraling out any of the heaviness, the weightiness of the stress that we've been putting on the body, of all of its overwork, because these are overworked little glands. So we're removing the tightness, removing the stress. Take a deep breath. Don't forget to breathe here. Let the body release and let go. And then your divinity that is above your head is dropping down into your body 2 little pin dots of golden light. And there's one that's embedded within the very core of each of your adrenal glands. And as they reach and embed themselves in the very core of the adrenal glands, they bring those adrenals back to life like little generators, like humming, running at full capacity now. Beautiful. We're doing an infinity sign just like we did over the thyroid, over the adrenals themselves, from the left, crossing over, and then over to the right. And this is bringing them back into balance, instilling within them the balance and correction, and at the same time, instructing them to produce just the right amount of adrenaline and cortisol and any other hormone known or unknown to us, to bring these into correction and balance, to cause each body here, and someone listening to it in the future, to bring each body into an operational state to maintain a state of homeostasis. Coming down now to the reproductive system. Well, you might say, well, I don't have uterus or ovaries any longer. That's fine. The energy is still the same. This is for men and women both. We're working on the reproduction and the organs involved. Okay. So those ovaries, we're cleaning up. Again, if you don't have them, we are just cleaning up the area. The frequency is still there. A lot of sorrow. Lots and lots of sorrow in this space that held and holds the ovaries. There's so much compassion here for you. We see and know the sorrow. We feel the loss, the sadness. And so the mothers are coming in now. Mother Mary, the Magdalene, Kuan Yin. They've all been mothers. They've all been women here on earth. They know. And they are bringing in 2 little magenta hearts. They're very active, very alive. And if you will accept them, they are embedding these little tiny magenta hearts into the very core of the area of the ovaries, causing anything unlike itself, anything unlike the vibrant, loving frequency of these hearts to be dissolved instantly. Instantly. And anyone who has had a hysterectomy, where the uterus is no longer there in the physical, the mothers are also providing you with a beautiful crystal. Now it's actually a pure diamond, beautifully faceted, round at the top, narrow at the bottom. And if you will accept this, they're placing that in this space. And even if you still have your uterus, accept this. And men, accept this for your womb space. And allow it to just be embedded deep into the pelvis. And this beautiful pure diamond disintegrates anything unlike itself, unlike the crystal clear purity of your divine self. For this is the space of your creative self. And we're not talking about being an artist, although that can mean that. Your creative self, the one who has a zest for life, the one who has ideas, the one who wants to create something for themselves. Allow this to be awakened within you now with this embedding of the pure diamond energy. Clearing out the fears that keep your creative self at bay. Clearing out the sadness, the exhaustion from trying and overgiving, because we're very good at that. Take a deep breath. Let all that go. Let it all just go. For in this moment, there's nothing but beauty and safety and love. Feels like a big hug to the pelvis right now. A big, beautiful hug to the womb space. Comfortable, comforted, nourished. These frequencies that the mother's just embedded in each and every one of you is nourishing. Beautiful. For anyone who has imbalances with their menstruation, this is for men too, with prostate, menstruation, menopause, perimenopause. This is going to also bring correction as we, again, clear the ovaries, the testes, clear, clear, clear. Open them up to newness of life. Beautiful. And then again, following that trail of communication coming down from the pituitary gland, down into the reproductive system, to those organs, to those glands. We're reawakening and bringing balance to this communication so that there's just the right amount of hormones. Some of them are testosterone, progesterone, estrogen. Reawakening some of that has the body has gotten tired of producing. We're just going to up that just a little bit, progesterone, just to bring a little bit more balance to your vitality on a daily basis. Fully supported. Fully supported. What else? Okay. So we're going to now close up this endocrine. Let me see if it's complete. Anything else we need to know, see, or do with the endocrine system? Doing an infinity sign over the brain, but also the base of the brain. It just brings comfort to the whole body. It's right at the top of the nervous system. There we go. And then we're going to do a vertical infinity sign, also sealing in the correction and the light and the love that's here supporting everyone's endocrine system. Thank you. And now we're going to switch gears a little bit over to the ancestral clearing. You don't have to think of anybody. You don't have to do anything. This is all going to be done for you. If you do want to include someone through your intention, that's perfectly fine. So again, this is going to help clear all of the things that we mentioned earlier on an emotional, spiritual, physical levels, to help release all of the stories, experiences, traumas of your ancestors. We're going way back, and there are many. So I see them coming forth on my left side. You may also want to envision this right along with us. All of the ancestors are coming forth in a large crowd up through to your left side. There are many. There are men, there are women, there are animals, there are babies, there are elderly, and there's you. And as they all come forth, it's almost like they're coming forth for an altar call. We recall the old altar calls. And they're forming a semicircle facing a platform at the front of this space. The seraphim angels are now descending over the semicircle of you and your ancestors with their wings furled wide over all of you, hovering, creating a safe sanctuary for you. So this is very safe, very solemn, very sacred. And the seraphim angels, you may see them with their gold-tipped wings, hovering and protecting. And now in front of the crowd that has formed the semicircle is a platform, and on that platform you can envision anyone that you would like to see, but the helpers that I see are Jesus, the Master of Love, the mothers, huge band of angels, some galactics. Oh, Apostle Peter is here. He's saying anyone who wants to reawaken their healing gifts, St. Peter's your guy, along with St. Germain. Good. They walked together, he's saying, as one. Okay, cool. And also Archangel Raphael, and many, many more. And of course, include your guidance system. So this whole troop of light beings standing on the platform in front of this crowd is now here to assist, to help, to uplift. And they are all holding their hands up in front of them with their palms down over the crowd and out of the palms of their, and this is very, very real. This is very, very real. So imagine this with us and feel into this. Out of the palms of their hands comes streaming this miraculous light, a healing light that comes gently down through everyone in the crowd, in the semicircle of you, of your ancestors. And the healing frequency that's streaming from the palms of their hands is going deep into the hearts, deep into the minds, deep into the energy bodies of each and every one present. And this is instilling within them truth for what the untruth has been in all of these stories is that we are not worthy before such a God as you. So there's been this whole string of unworthiness. There's also been a thread of being angry with God because of those old ancestral happenings of having had expectations of God providing and then God did not provide. And it's like, what good is this God that does not provide? We have crops that we planted and there's no rain and we are not supporting our family because of lack of produce. So we turned our back on God. And now we have this anger and it's misunderstood in this lifetime. But there's also those who have been through such famine and war and struggle and oppression. This is male, female, this is every race on the planet. Yeah, we're including the world right now, it seems. This is every race. Every age, male, female, young, old. All of the traumas, the famines, the illnesses, the plagues, the leprosy. This is going way back. The being beheaded, burned at the stake. Yep, we're going to include all that. And anything else that you can think of that you know about your makeup, the soul's journey, and anything else known or unknown to us or by us that may be causing a disruption in the past, the present, and future of all the beings here, you souls of light, to be uplifted, corrected, all of this light streaming out of the palms of the hands of all of our helpers here today has penetrated deep into the energy of all these beautiful souls here. And they were, when they came into the room, they had dirty faces and torn clothing and they looked forlorn and their heads were down. And now, with having received all of this frequencies of love and correction, their faces are risen toward the light. Their faces are bright and shiny and clean. Their hair no longer matted down, but shiny and curly and wavy and beautiful. Their eyes have brightened. Looking into each of the hearts, a little bit more is needed, okay? So Jeshua's word to Jesus, his words to everyone here, to this everyone in the crowd, in the sanctuary here, is to trust not all of the belief systems that were handed down to you, those of unworthiness, those of the shoulds and the musts and the have to be's and the following the rules and have to do this in order to be accepted and loved by me. Or did I not bring a different story? Did I not show you a new way? So in the freedom that we're providing for you here right now, today, let it all go. I hold out my hands. Give me your old stories. Give me your old beliefs about yourself. Put them into my hands. I can handle it. These burdens were too great for you to carry on your own. And this has caused much of your back problems, much of your unworthiness in your throat. The old stories that have worn you out through generation after generation. Give them to me. Not too much for me to bear as I receive and transmute them into the nothingness that they are. They're only belief systems that you carried through, they were passed down. And as you hand them to me, you are released. So I'm seeing you coming one by one to the front of the room, up to the platform, and dropping all of your old stories and all of those illnesses and tightness and beliefs and happenings and traumas, sorrows, heartbreak, anger, frustration, anything that you are ready to let go of. Bring it to the front and lay it at their feet. Give it to Jesus. Give it to the crowd at the front, the light beings. Let them take care of it. And as you step back now into the semicircle, everyone's face is very bright. The eyes are shining. Everyone has been set free. And the mothers now, Mother Mary, the Magdalene, Kuan Yin, they're bringing armloads and armloads of pink roses. And they're handing each of you as many as you can hold. It's like the loaves and the fishes. They're not going to run out. Take armloads and as many pink roses as you want to receive from them. And let these beautiful gifts, the pink roses, represent the self-love that has been restored within you, the softness, the comfort that has been awakened within you for a softened heart, and a state of receptivity. These pink roses represent the feminine, because up until now, we've been taught to give, 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 and overgive, and then even give some more. Allow the fragrance and the beauty of these pink roses to imbue you, to smell the fragrance. Let them fill your mind, your heart, your body with a state of relaxation and receptivity, and vow to self that you are worthy of receiving. And then train yourself to just sit back. Because when you just sit back, figuratively or physically, when you sit back, you become the observer of your life, but you also become the receiver of your life. Let this be your new stance. Let this be that piece and part of you that has just woken up. You just forgot. It's all okay. You just forgot that it's wonderful and beautiful, and you are right to receive, fill in the blank. What do you wish to receive? More love, abundance, freedom. There you go. You're now open and able to receive just through your intention. And just let all of that just sink in now as you breathe. And as the beings of light at the front of the room on the platform, again, they're blessing you. They're blessing you with a sign of the cross, a vertical line, a horizontal line over your energy bodies, over your heart, and the intersecting point of that cross is that point of realization and activation of your heart with the deep realization of your divinity that is here to love your humanity. And now the seraphim angels who have been guarding, guiding, surrounding the crowd of ancestors, they're taking their big gold-tipped wings and wrapping them around each and every one of those who were here present as ancestors and self, wrapping their wings around them, uplifting them, and taking them away to their perfect place. And so it is. And so it is. And when you feel ready, you can come back into the space. And you can let us know in the chat box how you're feeling after that, or if you have any questions. Some of you might want to, maybe you already did, drift off. But if you can stay with us for a little bit more, like I said, I have something special to offer you at the end. Anybody feel like sharing? Okay, how wonderful. What a gift you gave us all today. Well, you're welcome. I felt like that felt like 5 minutes, but I thought I was awake. Yeah. Yeah. So again, the things that you can expect were all the things that we mentioned before. Clarity of mind, being less emotionally attached to things, health, chronic conditions fading away. Such a beautiful clearing and receipt of healing energies. Good. Dizziness. Okay. Need more grounding? Yes. Please ground yourselves. So warm and lovely. Okay, that was beautiful. So much unconditional love and healing, forgiveness coming in. Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful gift. They fly up and become twinkling. Yep. Yeah. Feel very peaceful. Speechless. Yeah. That was very, very deep ancestral healing. Thank you. You're very welcome. You see why I love doing this work? Look what I get to do all the time. And just on a side note here, I wasn't going to mention this today, but if anybody wants to learn how to do this work that I do, I have what's called the Medical Intuitive Mentoring Program. And that is scheduled to start again. It's a 6-month program. All the information's on my website. September will be starting again. So you just go to my website, at the very bottom of the page, you'll see the Medical Intuitive Mentoring Program. Click on that. You can click on a button to get on the wait list, and we'll contact you when we're ready to get going. Okay. Could you help with the grounding, please? Sure, I'll be happy to. Um, that was profound. It was like I could see everything clearly. Good, good. How will you know if and when I get off my thyroid medication? That's a big one. If I were you, I would keep speaking to the thyroid, encouraging it. Come on, we're in this together. We're gonna do it. Let's come back to balance. And don't ever, like the guide said, we never tell you not to go to the doctor. We never tell you to stop a medication. This is for you to muscle test with a functional medicine doctor, have tests done again to see if your levels have straightened out. Okay. So yeah, just be retested, muscle testing. Okay. I'm sweating, can't say enough good things. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Um, what is the website? Okay. Is it in the email? Well, my website is Debrah@debrahgetz.com. I'll put it, no, it's debrahgetz.com. There, I just put it in the chat box. The Medical Intuitive Mentoring Program is all the way at the bottom of the homepage. Okay. How do we know what service we are here to do? Oh, what excites you the most? What brings you so much excitement that you dream about it and you say, oh, I just wish I could be like them and do that? Well, do it. Mhm. Because we're going to succeed the best at what we love. I think I told you guys yesterday that for years I watched faith healers on TV. It's like, oh my gosh, how do they do that? I want to do that. And then I kept asking Jesus. He said the things that he did, we can do. It's like, okay, bring it. That's what I want. I want to. You said I can do what you did, so bring it. I was excited. I wanted it. And I kept begging for it and asking for it. And it finally came, not overnight, but I think there was a lot of maturity that had to happen within me, to be honest. But what excites you? Ask for it. Find ways to develop it. And don't ever tell yourself, I can't do that. I'm too old. I'm not good at this. Mm-mm. Those are your old stories that we just erased and let go, didn't we? Yeah. Uh, you're amazing and I appreciate you. Is it possible to check for all of us the healing took place 100%? We're not here to actually doubt if the healing took place 100%. That's up to you. Know that it took place 100%. You don't allow anything other than that into you. And they instilled so much love and so much reassurance of grace for you here today. You can't doubt. Mm-mm. And so again, don't go back to the recordings that you're going to receive tonight or tomorrow. Don't keep going back to them saying, well, it didn't work, it didn't work. You keep talking to the body. Hey, it's safe to be operational 100% all the time. Bring that white light down from yourself and embed it in it. Just call Saint Germain. Saint Germain, my guy here, he doesn't belong to me. He's here for everybody. Calling me in to help you too. I'll tell you a secret. It's not really a secret. A couple weeks ago, I had diverticulitis, that pain in the gut, an infection in the gut. And I thought, well, I can go to the doctor, which I did. And I got antibiotics for it to support myself. But also, I wanted to get off those antibiotics really quick. So I called in Saint Germain and the violet flame. And as I pulled in the violet flame to go into my intestines, into my lower bowels where the infection was, it turned the flame not only burned things up, but it turned into this beautiful um, amethyst gel, and it swooshed back and forth through my gut and healed all the cells of my intestines, and I'm better. It got better like this. Instead of 10 days on antibiotics, I'm not saying I recommend this, but instead of 10 days on antibiotics, I was 5 days on antibiotics and I'm 100%. Why? Because I put into practice what I know. And the key is to know. There's a difference between believing, oh, I believe this can work, and I believe that what Deb just did for us, with us, as us today, I believe that worked, but know it instead. And that can only come from within you. And you be that loving self to your body again. Thank you so much for working so hard for me. You're such a good body, such a good thyroid. You're such a good spine. Thank you for always working so hard for me and being so strong. See, one of my videos on YouTube, I teach you how to grow your middle finger. So if you're interested in that, go to my YouTube channel, Deb Goetz, Medical Intuitive. And there's a video that I did in the past month or so called Speaking to Your Cells. Watch that video and you'll be able to grow your middle finger just by talking to it. This is what we're talking about. You're the commander of your biology. Yeah, some of you are saying yes, you already know that. Good, good, good. Too much to also listen to an organ rejuvenation today? Oh, no, you could probably include that. Again, always listen to your body, muscle test yourself. Just don't bombard your body all day long, okay? Have to leave? Okay, you're welcome. All right, let's really quickly ground ourselves. Again, it's real simple, just like yesterday. There's a couple ways you can do it. First one, imagine from your waist down that, you know what a tree trunk looks like? Just this low, flat, heavy, thick tree trunk. Imagine that from the waist down, you are that tree trunk, and your legs are the roots. And coming out the bottoms of your feet are even more roots, and they're going down through the floor, they're going down through the crust of the earth and embedding themselves deep, deep down, even a mile down into the earth. You're firmly planted. Another way is to imagine coming from your higher self, this beautiful thread or a chain, however you want to, a big rope, whatever you want to imagine it, coming down from above your head, running down through your central core, through all of your chakras, coming out your base chakra, and going down through the earth, all the way down. And use your imagination here, picture it going all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth, and it wraps itself and ties itself around the heart of Mother Earth. Do that as often as you can. The Epsom salt baths, though, and Epsom salt foot baths will help ground you too. Remember, your body's electromagnetic, and salt really helps, bring correction to that. One thing that I was saving until the end was just a little something that I thought you might be interested in because so many of you love the Magnificent Seven, right? Some of you came into this special offer through You Wealth Revolution a little late, and so you missed it. So I want to resurrect it and let you know that in a week, I'm going to start the process again for 7 days. This will also help release that worn out programming and cellular and emotional blockages in 7 core areas. We are going to set the intention for you, but you can also add your own. Day 1, relationships. Day 2, physical health. Day 3, mental vitality, passion, finances, gifts and abilities, spiritual well-being. Okay? So those of you who didn't hear about this before, who are the Magnificent Seven? They are the Council of Seven, a collective of the Andromedans. The Andromedans bring nothing but joy. Well, they bring all of the things I just mentioned too, but through the frequency of joy into up level our freedom consciousness. And they now are offering the healing pods. And so these pods are, I see them as cocoons, and they're kind of um, etheric, very like the exterior of them. I see them almost like as when you look up through the light through a wing of a fly, it's just kind of iridescent. Okay, that's what they look like to me. And you each get placed in a healing pod for 7 days, starting in a week. So June 8th. And I'm offering that for only $45. And anybody who wants to be a part of that, just email me. Email us at support. I put it at the very top of the chat when we first opened up, but I'll do it again. Support at debrahgoetz.com. If you want to be a part of that, shoot us an email. We'll send you an invoice. We'll get you all registered. And then remember, of course, these are not on Zoom. These are you receiving a frequency transmitted directly to you because we have our little list. When anybody wants to be in the pods, we print out our list and we, you know, hover over it every morning for about half an hour. And I'll be doing that starting Sunday through Saturday next week, the 8th through whatever Saturday is, at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. every morning, Eastern time. Okay. So some of you on the Pacific coast or some of you in another country, you might be sleeping, but you'll still be receiving the frequency. You're going to wake up like, oh, I think I'm in a pod just because you feel so good. Okay. And I'll put all that information in the email too, but Yeah, any interest, just I was supposed to get it when I registered. Yeah, and I think that was only 3 days, the last offer we had with the Magnificent Seven. I can't remember, but this will be a full, it wasn't, it was 7? Okay, thank you. So we're going to do it again. Anybody wants to repeat it? And anybody who had missed it, or if you want to buy one for a friend, all you have to do is let us know. We'll send you an invoice. As soon as you're paid, you're registered, and we'll probably send out an email as a reminder. Hey, your pods start tomorrow. We'll do that next Saturday. So, sound good? It's very exciting. Yeah. All right. Thank you for offering again. You're welcome. Yeah, I got so many emails saying I missed it. I want it. Okay. So you're in for the Magnificent Seven. Good, very good and exciting. Yep. All right, you guys. My my prayer and my hope for you is that you, through all of this expansion that you did at the beginning of every opening of the sessions, that you are just receiving all of that love, all of those pink roses, all of that white light, all of the correction. Yes, hug yourself. I see Lynn's hugging herself. Yeah, do that. Stay in that receptive mode. Know that you are the commander of your biology and your world. This is the way it was meant to be from the beginning, and we're now waking up to all of this. And now we can make it work. We're the way showers. You're the bright light. Just by being here on the earth, you are shining a light to everybody else, helping restore peace to the planet that we all want. So with that, I'll say goodbye. Love, love, love to you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I celebrate you. Bye-bye.